Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So regular viewers of the show have probably heard the term swish-a-loop come up once or twice. Well, that trip's coming up less than a week from now. And with the weather this weekend not being so great, I figured I'd probably go through all my gear, make sure I got everything in order, make sure I'm not leaving anything behind. And then why not make a video, show all you guys what I take with me. So, well, let's go do that now.
Subfur employees hit the ground at sunrise, and they don't stop until sunset.
It's a 14, 16-hour day for all of us, even in the office.
Provincial Control Center Director Luc Dugas says in his 23-year career with Subfur, this is the worst wildfire season he's ever experienced. So far, roughly 460,000 hectares have burned.
Good evening, everyone. Unrelenting flames in Canada have already scorched an area about the size of Belgium. And tonight there are warnings at this rate, this could be the worst wildfire season here ever. There are 429 active fires burning, more than half of them out of control. Roughly 26,000 people are still under evacuation, and 1,000 firefighters from the U.S., Australia, New Zealand and South Africa are now helping with the battle.
Thank you for joining us. Thousands of people have been forced from their homes because of forest fires burning in central.
This is one of the spots that has authorities most nervous. Crews are
By now, mostly everyone is aware of the forest fire situation in Canada. A couple of weeks ago, the area I planned to visit in northwestern Quebec was off limits for traveling. So far this week, my planned route around the Swish-a-Loop is a go. If we're turned back, I'm just going to wing it and stay wherever I can. So my storage arsenal consists mainly of a pair of Plano boxes and 3 sizes of Milwaukee Packout boxes, which I'll cover in another video, maybe while I'm on this trip. I have a large and medium-sized Plano. The camp gear goes in the medium, and my large box is my kitchen and cooking gear. Having a look at my camp box, I have a cargo net which I use day to day in the Bronco for hauling groceries. It hooks to my slide-out platform. My BioLite string lights. I love these things. You can see I got these from sale.ca. Not a super effective light, but not blindingly bright either. I run them off a small USB battery pack and clip them to my tent or awning. Next is just a kitchen garbage bag. When I go to bed, I pack my clean clothes for the next day in here to keep them dry and fresh from condensation and humidity. I have an old Coleman mattress stuff sack I travel with. I use this as a laundry bag. Next is a microfiber towel which I use for wiping things down, drying off the dog. It's super absorbent and fast drying. For my personal hygiene items, I keep 2 bags, a small ditty bag and a larger sling bag, a bath towel, toilet paper, washcloth, some Tide Pods and coins for the laundromat, a small grooming kit, some Burt's Bees lip balm, some Off Afterbite, a razor and another lip balm. Oh, and of course some Advil. My small bag is my go-to daily items that I keep handy in the door or seat back pocket. Deodorant, toothpaste, a toothbrush and some hand sanitizer. Sometimes I'll pack some light reading, like this Lake Superior travel guide. I also keep a reusable shopping bag with me in case of those mid-trip food or booze reloads. Guy wipes, oh yes. Somehow these got out of my sling bag. Great for when you're camping nowhere near water and need to freshen up. And of course a camp lantern. I usually pack a small flashlight as well. This perfectly illustrates why you should go through your items before any trip. While this worked fine a few weeks ago in Algonquin, the batteries are now pooched. I'll be adding some D-cell batteries to my list of things to get. Along with a working lantern, a good headlight makes doing chores around the camp in the dark a lot easier. Also handy for when you have to go to the bathroom at night. Here's some swag I got from the folks over at Backroads Map Books. Another sling bag. I hang this one by the ladder of my tent and use it to keep my footwear in while I sleep. Definitely helps keep from dirtying up the inside of the tent. Speaking of dirty tents, I keep this little handy whisk and dustpan for sweeping up the tent before packing it in. Real handy. This item I bought last year when I was traveling with Jackson. A 12-volt fan that plugs in the cigarette lighter. It uses a suction cup mount and it's also handy for trying to get stubborn campfires going. Here's a roll of double-sided Velcro. Just cut the length. Real handy for making makeshift straps. When it comes to pesky insects, I keep this mosquito net with my gear at all times. It's designed for bivvy camping, but it works well under the awning in a pinch as well. I also keep a smaller head net handy, usually in the driver's side door pocket for quick access. In case I happen to find myself at a provincial park, I keep my Ontario Parks passport with me for adding passport stickers to new parks I visit. I plan on one day having this filled. Here's a coated woven bag I keep around for firewood in case we get a risk of overnight rain. And of course, multi-purpose paracord for stringing up clotheslines or making guy lines. This is a remnant from my backpacking days, a small inflatable pillow I keep well just because. Some lightweight work gloves to help protect against scrapes and slivers while processing firewood. And of course, a pocket knife. This is a vintage buck knife I actually got from a coworker. I also keep another knife on the bottom of my tailgate table. Another backpacking leftover, a bear bell. I'll sometimes clip this to the dog's collar if we're venturing off the campsite for whatever reason. Another indispensable insect repellent is the thermocell unit. This is an original butane powered one. Another ditty bag I keep handy. This one I keep some fabric waterproofing spray, some muskal repellent with 30% DEET, some sunscreen, and refill butane and pads for the thermocell. I usually keep some bug spray in the door pocket of the Bronco as well, something I can grab right away without digging through gear. In this compression sack, I keep a marine issue camelback water bladder, and of course, my Life Straw gravity filtration setup. A cheap composite handled hatchet will usually mount to the bottom of the tailgate table as well. Along with the hatchet is a small folding branch saw, surprisingly effective for cutting. And here's some more paracord. You can never have too much. And these cheap dollar store Velcro straps. I always seem to find a use for these. This was a Christmas gift years ago, an SOG multi-tool. I usually never keep things like this on my belt, but it's great to have around. And that's my camp box, apart from a few stragglers. For my kitchen box, I use the larger size Plano. I keep this light duty, folding campfire grill for any grilling I want to do. Compact and lightweight, it packs away perfectly inside the Plano. Next up are some linens and washcloths with a small scrubby. This is a new item I picked up last week. This cool little spun aluminum snifter. A perfect little ad for the campsite. And of course, the obligatory coffee mug. I'd be lost if I forgot to pack this thing. For my morning coffee items, I keep it all together in this stuff sack so I don't have to go digging for stuff first thing in the morning. There's nothing worse when you're trying to find something before you've even had a coffee. Here is the new pour-over coffee flask I picked up for my last trip. It has a nice cork insulated sleeve and uses a paperless filtration top. And of course, everybody's essential camp item, the dual burner propane stove. This is a budget item, Escort. I think I might have got it at Walmart. So far it keeps working. And here's the knife set I picked up over the off season. You probably saw that in my Algonquin video. These are from Forged Blade. Just makes prepping and cooking at camp that much more enjoyable. I offer these for sale. Check the link down below for a 15% off discount. And of course, a couple of 1-pound propane cylinders. And a sippy cup. You can't camp unless you have a sippy cup. And a beer cozy. Some more cooking items. Some measuring spoons and cups, and this enameled soup bowl. Another new purchase is this nice anodized aluminum kettle from Woods. Some flatware, nothing special here. And a Mellow Mind camp dinner plate. Here is some Eco Trail biodegradable camp soap. Good for dishes, body wash, degreasing engines. It does it all apparently. A couple of small cutting boards, something I'd like to upgrade in the near future. A compact stainless saucepan and lid. I actually have a 3-piece set of these. Pretty nice, but I usually only carry the one. Here's a self-lighting torch that fits the 1-pound propane bottles, for when I don't feel like messing around with a campfire. Some random cooking and mixing utensils. And everyone's favorite, the folding stovetop bread toaster. I swear, these things haven't changed in the past 80 years. Another recent add to the kitchen box, and haven't had a chance to use it yet, is this Woods pie iron set. I wonder if I could make some Welsh cakes in these. And of course, what's camping without the campfire weenie and marshmallow roasting stick? And last but not least, a sharpening stone for my hatchet and kitchen knives. And that's my camp pack out, minus my cast iron frying pan. Make sure you tune in for the next travel episode. It's going to be a good one.